Right. Is my hair okay? I feel like yeah, I had it cut and it's gone wrong. Hello there. What I wanted to talk to you about today is, again, something that's very important, and especially right now. We are just sort of coming out of all this, COVID business, and things are starting to get back to normal, or I hope they are anyway. And archery is starting to sort of get back into the swing of things, which is absolutely fantastic, because I've done very little shooting over the past sort of year and a half. It's been heart-wrenching, really, not being able to do the things that sort of I want to do. I sort of came off the boil a little bit. I needed to get my mojo back. Thankfully, that's kind of coming back again now, and I'm kind of getting back into the swing of things, which is really good, and I'm really starting to enjoy my archery again. Which, I'll be honest, I was a little worried. I thought, if I've lost my passion for archery, what am I? Who am I? But no, archery's always been there. I think it always will be. But getting back into it has been a little bit of a struggle, and it's something that a lot of people are going through. A lot of people have had a long break from archery. A lot of people are getting back into the swing of things. So I just wanted to do a little video. Again, very simple, kind of geared towards people that sort of aren't that au fait with archery, people who sort of really got into it just before the pandemic, and then for whatever reason couldn't continue, and are now getting back into the game and rediscovering their passion. So I just wanted to talk about picking up the bow again, getting back into it, getting back into the swing of things, getting your groove back. And the first thing that you're going to probably want to do is look at your gear. You probably haven't touched it for a while, so you want to dig it out of its box or its bag or whatever it is and give it a good once over. Check it for cracks, check it for blemishes, or something you didn't quite notice when you put it away and it's laid there untouched for a year or so. You want to be looking, if you've got a wooden bow, give it a real good look. Check out sort of check out any connectors you've got, or screw holes. Make sure there's no rust or anything. Make sure it's all nice and clean in there. Make sure there's no damage or anything like that. That it's all squeaky clean. Make sure there's no sort of splits on any of your kind of limb connectors, or your string knocks, or any splinters in your fiberglass or anything like that. Just give it a real good look over. Check all your screws and everything. Make sure it's all nice and clean. Maybe if you need to, give it a bit of a scrub, put a little bit of a penetrating oil on it or something. Just be mindful. Just look for any blemishes that shouldn't be there, or any damage that you didn't notice before. I mean, if you're using sort of a more modern style bow, an ILF system maybe, or you're shooting bear bow or an Olympic bow, give it a real good once over. Look at all the screws. Make sure all the screws are nice and tight. Obviously, don't over tighten anything. Just make sure everything's ship shape and squared away. No, you don't want anything loose or rattling. So just be mindful of the little bits and bobs you've got attached to your bow. Check out the string. Give the string a really good once over. That's an important one, especially if it's like a Flemish twist string. Make sure the loop's okay. It's not like an endless loop string. It's not protected by the serving, so you want to make sure there's no wear in that loop. And if it is, just grab a new string. Make sure it's plenty waxed. It's got enough wax on it. Just make sure the string is in good shape, because that's an important thing, and it's often overlooked how important it is to keep your string in a good condition. So you've checked over the bow, you've checked over your equipment, check your tabs, make sure they haven't perished or anything, check your gloves, make sure everything just is in good working order. because, you know, these things deteriorate. You know, things happen, things get old, things wear down, things, you know, degrade over time. So just be mindful of that. Then the next thing, which arguably is more important, is give yourself the once over. Are you okay to shoot? Are you feeling healthy enough to shoot? Are you feeling strong enough to shoot? You may feel like you want to drop poundage a little bit. You may feel like you want to, you know, that 40-pound bow is a bit too much now. You haven't touched it in a year. It's going to feel a lot more than 40 pounds. I even know if I tend to take a little bit of a break over Christmas from shooting. So I tend to sort of put the bow down sort of over Christmas, and, you know, eat, drink and be merry all through New Year and everything. Early January, pick up the bow again. And that bow, it's only been a few weeks, but that bow feels like it's 10 pounds heavier than it was before Christmas. That's going to be amplified quite a lot with, you know, a lot of things, you know, a lot of people not shooting. It could catch you off guard, and it could cause you problems. So make sure that you're comfortable with the poundage. Now, I don't know an archer really that hasn't improved somewhat by dropping a few pounds. Ultimately, you'll end up being a little bit more in control of your equipment. I mean, if you're at full draw, you're fighting the bow, you're not going to get the best shot. It's not going to be the best shot that you can make. The bow's not going to be performing as well. So it's always better to drop a few pounds if you can. Consider maybe picking up a training bow just to get back into the swing of things, or maybe swap for some sort of lighter limbs if you've got some lighter sort of ILF limbs, if you're using sort of an ILF system. Whatever it takes to get you shooting again, but it's important not to overdo it. Make sure you're not overbowed. If you haven't got the option to change your limbs or change your bow, just take it easy. Don't go at it like a bull in a china shop and shoot, you know, 200 arrows a day for the first time in a year. You're gonna knacker yourself, and you're ultimately not gonna be in a good position. You're gonna hurt yourself. You're gonna get frustrated. It's not gonna go well. So yeah, be mindful of that. If you're a member of a club, speak to your club official, your club coach. Try and get some exercises that you can do that's going to loosen you up before you shoot. I used to, when I was young and stupid, I used to think, I don't need to stretch. What's the point? Now I'm kind of an older man. It's hard. You know, you can really hurt yourself if you don't warm up, if you don't stretch out properly. So yeah, I would recommend talking to a club coach or something, get some stretches to do, get yourself warmed up, get your equipment ready, get you ready. But the thing that I think I want to talk about most, and not the most important from a physical or an equipment point of view, but it is very important, and that's managing your expectations. Now, I'm an instinctive archer. I just look at what I want to shoot and shoot it. I don't use a convoluted sighting method or anything. I just point and shoot. I'm lizard brain. But if I don't use it, I definitely lose it. And that's something I've always found. If I take a break from archery for any period of time, when I come back, I'm awful. I don't have the skills that I used to. I really struggle to do what I used to do when I was shooting more, and I'd get frustrated the fact that I wasn't shooting as well as I was before, and I'd get disheartened, and then it'd just be this spiral. So if you've taken a break from archery for a long time, you're going to come back into it, and you're not going to be as good as you were when you stopped. Sad state, it's just a fact. You're not going to be as good, but that's okay. You'll get good again. You just need to put the effort in. You just need to work at it again and get training and practice and do good quality practice. You'll get back there, but don't get disheartened. Just manage those expectations. You're not going to come in shooting exactly the same as you were when you stopped last time. And I think that's just very important to bear in mind when you're shooting, because I think some people do get very disheartened and frustrated, myself included. I get so frustrated when I can't shoot as well as I used to 10 years ago. And I'm not going to shoot as good as I was 10 years ago, because I don't shoot as much as I used to 10 years ago. I'm older, I'm slower, maybe a little bit chubbier. I don't know. That's just, that doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, never ever forget why you picked up the bow in the first place. It doesn't matter if you're not shooting as well as you used to. You'll get there. But the reason why you picked up the bow, and I guarantee this is the reason why you picked up the bow, is because at some point you thought it was a cool thing to do and you really wanted to give archery a go. And that's what it is. You're doing what you wanted to do. Yeah, you're not shooting as well as you used to, but you will get there, I promise you. But anyway, I've rambled on enough. Again, it's another bit of a rambling video. But hopefully when things open up a little bit more, I'll be able to get down to the woods. I've got 3 really nice looking bows propped up in the corner there, ready for a nice sort of woodland archery review. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. But anyway, you take care, shoot straight, and I'll see you on the internet. Bye-bye.